Ever pondered how fear influences your life decisions? Fear, a seemingly small four-letter word, holds an immense power over our lives. It's an intrinsic part of our human nature, an evolutionary tool designed to safeguard us from potential threats. But while its primary function is to protect us, sometimes it does more harm than good. Imagine fear as a coin with two faces. On one side, it stands as a vigilant guardian, alerting us to dangers, encouraging caution, and ensuring our survival. It's a primal instinct, a survival mechanism that's been with us since the dawn of our species. But like any tool, it's not free from misuse. Flip the coin, and you'll see the other face of fear. Here, it morphs into a cruel jailer, locking us within the confines of our comfort zones. This is where fear becomes a hindrance rather than a help. It holds us back from taking risks, stifles our creativity, and hampers our growth. It's this side of fear that makes us settle for less, that whispers in our ears, telling us we can't reach for the stars because we might fall. Fear is a potent force that can shape our lives in profound ways. It can dictate our actions, influence our decisions, and color our perceptions. It can make us choose safety over challenge, familiarity over novelty, and stagnation over growth. But it's crucial to remember that fear, like any emotion, is just a response to our environment, not an absolute truth. Fear can limit our potential, but only if we let it. It can only hold us back if we surrender to its power. But what if we could change our relationship with fear? What if, instead of letting it rule us, we could learn to master it? We all have the capacity to conquer our fears, to turn them from obstacles into opportunities. We can learn to see fear not as a barrier, but as a stepping stone towards success, a challenge to overcome, a chance to grow. But what if we could learn to master our fears and use them as stepping stones towards success? Let me weave you a tale, one of transformation, courage, and fearlessness. In the bustling city of dreams, there lived a man named Jack. Jack was a talented artist, blessed with the power to breathe life into canvases. However, a shadow lurked over Jack's vibrant world, the shadow of fear. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of the unknown. These fears held Jack captive, preventing him from showcasing his talent to the world. One day, Jack stumbled upon an old, abandoned art gallery. The walls echoed with stories of forgotten artists, their dreams, and their fears. It was here that Jack met Sophia, a retired artist who had once been crippled by the same fears. Sophia saw Jack's talent and the fear that held him back. She decided to share her own tale of transformation with him. Sophia was once like Jack, controlled by her fears, but she found her beacon of courage in the form of a mentor who believed in her. He encouraged Sophia to face her fears, to step out of her comfort zone, and to embrace the possibility of failure as a stepping stone towards success. Inspired by her mentor's words, Sophia fought her fears. She started showcasing her art, faced rejection, stumbled, but always got back up. With each fall, she learned, she grew, and she became fearless. Sophia's tale sparked a flame in Jack. He realized that his fears were but illusions holding him back. He decided to confront his fears. Jack started painting, not just for himself, but for the world to see. He faced rejections and criticisms, but with each setback, he became stronger, braver, and more determined. Jack's art began to flourish. His paintings echoed his journey, his battles, and his victory over fear. From a man controlled by his fears, Jack transformed into an artist living fearlessly. His tale, much like Sophia's, became an inspiration for others. It served as a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of courage, and a reminder that fear is just an illusion. This tale isn't just a story, it's a testament to the power of fearless living. What does it mean to live fearlessly? Is it to be void of fear? You might be tempted to answer yes. However, that's a common misconception. Living fearlessly isn't about the absence of fear. It's not about walking through life with a blindfold, oblivious to the potential pitfalls and challenges that lie ahead. No, living fearlessly is about acknowledging our fears. It's about understanding that fear is a natural part of life, a primal instinct that has evolved over millennia to keep us safe from harm. But while fear can protect us, it can also hold us back from reaching our full potential if we let it control our actions. Living fearlessly is about confronting these fears head-on. It's about standing up to them, looking them in the eye and saying, "I see you, I acknowledge you, but you will not hold me back." It's about taking that step out of your comfort zone, even when every fiber of your being is telling you to stay put. It's about embracing challenges, taking risks, and stepping into the unknown. Because it's in these moments when we're pushed to our limits that we truly grow. We learn about ourselves, about our strengths and weaknesses, and about what we're truly capable of. We become stronger, not despite our fears, but because of them. And that's the beauty of fearless living. It's a journey, a process of self-discovery. It's about learning to dance with fear, to use it as a tool for growth instead of letting it be a barrier. It's about turning fear from an enemy into an ally. So let's redefine what fearless living means. Let's shift our perspective and see fear not as something to be eliminated, but as something to be understood, confronted, and leveraged. Because at the end of the day, fearless living isn't about removing fear. It's about reshaping our relationship with it. Wondering how you can conquer your fears and live fearlessly? Well, the journey to becoming the master of your fears is not as daunting as it may seem. It's a process, a journey, and it all begins with understanding your fears. You see, fear is not just an emotion, it's a response to the unknown, the uncertain, the uncomfortable. And as with any response, the first step to mastering it is understanding it. So ask yourself, what is it that you're truly afraid of? Is it failure, rejection, change? Once you identify your fears, you strip them of their power to control you. Next, challenge your negative thoughts. Fear is often fueled by a narrative we tell ourselves. I can't do this. I'm not good enough. What if I fail? These negative thoughts can paralyze us, but only if we let them. So, when these thoughts creep in, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought true? Is it helpful? Is it necessary? And if it's not, replace it with a positive affirmation. I can do this. I am good enough. Even if I fail, I'll learn and grow. Finally, face your fears, one step at a time. This is not about jumping into the deep end, but about gradually stepping out of your comfort zone. Start with small actions that challenge your fears. If you're afraid of public speaking, start by speaking up in a small group. If you're afraid of failure, take on a small project. Each small victory will build your confidence and reduce your fear. And remember, it's okay to feel fear. It's a part of being human. What matters is not letting fear control you, but learning to control your fear. So go ahead. Understand your fears. Challenge your negative thoughts. Face your fears, one step at a time. Each step you take is a step towards fearless living. Remember, the journey to fearless living begins with a single step of courage. Scene script. Imagine a life where fear is no longer the jailer, but the guide. Picture this. You've just spent the last 40 minutes with us, delving into the depths of your fears, understanding their roots, and learning how to master them. You've opened the Pandora's box of fear, listened to the tale of fearless living, unmasked its true form, and started your journey towards becoming the master of your fears. Now, you stand at the precipice of a new life, a life where fear no longer shackles you, but instead serves as a compass, guiding you towards growth, confidence, and opportunity. This is the power of fearless living. Fearless living doesn't mean existing without fear. It means recognizing fear, acknowledging it, and then using it as a catalyst for personal growth. It's about transforming fear from a roadblock into a stepping stone. When fear is no longer your enemy but your ally, you'll find that your confidence will naturally soar. You'll walk into rooms with your head held high, speak your mind without hesitation, and take on challenges with a newfound zeal. And as your confidence grows, so too will your ability to seize opportunities. Fearless living empowers you to take the risks necessary for growth and success. It enables you to step out of your comfort zone, to venture into the unknown, and to embrace the endless possibilities that life has to offer. So, let's summarize. Fearless living is about transforming your relationship with fear. It's about personal growth, about building confidence, about seizing opportunities. It's about living a life where fear is no longer the jailer, but the guide. Fearless living doesn't promise a life without fear, but it does offer a life where fear no longer holds the reins. So are you ready to take control?